Hi everyone, welcome back to the Homeschooling Homemaker. I'm Jess. Today I'm going to be doing a favorites video. I made a favorites video for February and then I guess I skipped March. But to be fair, there was a lot going on in March to distract everyone. And I am going to be putting one together for April before April is over. So that is what I'm doing today. And the categories I cover, again, if you watched my February favorites video, I cover, watching. These are the categories: watching, self-care, food, reading, home decor, homeschooling, and then a product or random, and listening to. So those are the categories I cover for my favorites for the month. So starting with watching, I usually designate, like a TV show or something for this category. But I have to admit that even though I've been kind of keeping up with what shows I was regularly watching, there's a lot of them that have been having their finales. And so what I've really been watching is more YouTube videos. So I've been watching a lot more YouTubes lately, and I'd say I've added a few that I hadn't really been following as much before. So I've added like NBC News. I've added had watched Colbert some in the past, but I've been watching that more again. So yeah, some of those late night shows. Trevor Noah sometimes. My husband really likes Trevor Noah. So we've been watching those together, some of those at home late night shows because they're doing their programs while social distancing. But it's been kind of fun. It's been fun to watch those together. So really, as far as I know, later I have a favorite YouTube, which I'm going to share later. But as far as watching goes, I think it's only fair to point out that I've been watching more YouTube, so I don't really have a favorite TV show at the moment. We've mostly been watching more news and, comedic news as well, and things like that lately on YouTube, along with our other YouTube videos that we're already watching. But self-care, because of the stay-home order, I've actually had the opportunity to work out more where I wasn't really making the time as much beforehand. So that is one. There's a long list of positives, making the best of the situation and for staying at home for us. And I know one of those is I've been able to work out a little bit more. Not that I'm losing any weight, because I'm also staying at home with a lot of food in the house, and that is hard for me. So, but I've been working out and making that something in my schedule, whereas before it wasn't really scheduled in as well. So I'm as much as I'm able to schedule it in now. And there's a lot of stuff online. There's tons of people putting out videos, even more so right now for working out. So you can find stuff that way. I also just had some videos that I already have, like DVDs and things. So I have been making time for that just during the middle of the day where I didn't have that capability with schedules to do that as much before. So that has been my self-care lately, trying to get in more working out. And it's kind of also been kind of a balance because before I would be going places so I'd get more steps in. And so again, I don't know if it's a whole lot more than what I was naturally getting. A little bit. It's definitely more cardio, I guess, than I had been getting. But as far as step count and everything, I don't know, kind of still balanced because it's not that much greater because I'm not leaving the house as much. So and walking around stores or walking around whatever, all the places I'd be going to. So anyway, moving on to food. We have been making pretty much everything at home now. So I've been trying a lot more new recipes. And so my favorite right now, the new one that I tried was homemade cheesy gordita crunch. And that was surprisingly yum. I don't really get that at Taco Bell, but my husband likes that at Taco Bell, and so I thought I'd make some, and then I ended up liking it myself. But we just got the nacho cheese, like Dorito taco shells from the store, and just heated up soft shell taco or tortilla, cheese, melted the cheese on it, put the heated shell on the melted cheese, and then filled it like a regular taco and folded it up, and it was quite good. So I'm definitely going to be doing that again. I actually tried to this past week, but they were out of stock, so I couldn't do it this time, but it is in our future. Reading. I personally am still on Girls Club. That's been slow going. Surprisingly so. You'd think with quarantine that we'd have all this extra time for reading, but I really haven't had that much more time. So I'm still working on that, but what I really want to talk about, my favorite, I suppose, is really the read aloud has been my favorite this month. So my personal reading, yes, has been Girls Club. But as far as my read aloud with my son, we have been doing the first Harry Potter book. So Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And it's been years since I've given that a reread, so that's been enjoyable. It's been a nice little escape. And my son's really been enjoying it. He has seen the first movie. He hasn't seen the others yet. And we probably won't continue reading much past this first one for now, but we are reading the first one. We'll probably honestly watch the first movie again after we're done reading it. But it's been good. So that's been my reading favorite for April. Home decor. Well, my home decor is the same right now. It's still the spring and Easter that's out. I just leave that out through May. And so that is still currently the decor. So I would say that my favorite, then if I had to pick another favorite, would be my wreath. It is a beautiful wreath. I do believe I got this wreath as a gift from my husband's aunt, and it's awesome. I like that wreath. That is my home decor favorite for the month. Homeschooling. Homeschooling favorite would just have to be our general curriculum. We are so close now. Today I'm filming this April 25th, and we have 2 weeks left of first grade. So we'll go 2 more weeks and then we are done with the curriculum. So I can tell you, since I'm pretty much completed the whole curriculum, I just have 2 weeks left. But learning God's story, the whole first grade curriculum is what we used. And I would recommend it. It was very good. And he had a good time with it. I had a good time with it. It's very easy to use. And I didn't think it was too hard. I didn't think it was too easy. I think it was just right. So, yeah. So that is my homeschooling favorite for April, is just the curriculum we've been using, the My Father's World curriculum as a whole, especially now that we're coming to the end of the school year. I have to say that we've enjoyed it. So we're definitely going to be using My Father's World again next year in the fall for second grade, which I've already done an unboxing video for that. You can find on my channel if you're interested in that. We also use Matthew C., which we have already finished. So he's completed beta now, which is, I guess, technically like second grade, but he's completed that one, and so now we just have 2 weeks to finish up the rest of the My Father's World curriculum for first grade, and then in the fall he'll be going into the Gamma, I believe is what it is. So anyway, that's my homeschooling favorite there. Favorite YouTube. Okay, so kind of back to what I was watching. Now to tell you about the favorite YouTube channel for this month. I have to say, which I'm sure is probably maybe on the minds of some other people who've been watching YouTube, but the new channel, SGN, There's Some Good News, by John Krasinski. It's been a delight. So that has been nice to see, especially amongst everything else out there. It is just some feel-good news, and he does a great job. And there's only been like 4 episodes so far, so you can easily catch up if you haven't been watching it. And there's some high-quality stuff on there. Like, if you like Hamilton, you'll definitely want to watch episode 3. Episode 4 was heartwarming, where he threw a virtual prom for seniors and stuff who didn't get a prom this year. He's just got a lot of good things on there, and that's been my favorite, and my husband and I have both enjoyed watching that. Product favorite. We've had it for a while, but it's never been more invaluable than now. But getting yourself a bubble machine, that would be my favorite for the month. When you are staying at home and you're not going to parks and playgrounds as much, or playgrounds at all, ours have been completely, off limits, then you're spending a lot more time in your own backyard. And bubble machine has been a wonderful thing to have. So if you're looking for more for your backyard, definitely suggest getting a bubble machine. My son, he's 7. He still loves it. He's had it for a year or 2 now, and we had a different machine before then, but he's always really liked that. It's easier on you. You don't have to be constantly blowing bubbles, and it's more fun for him because he can run around in a whole bunch of bubbles at once. So, yes, I would say bubble machine would be my favorite product for April. And then I'm just going to also, off the cuff, I guess I'd also throw out there chalk, because lots of people have been doing, chalk drawings and chalk art during this time, around the whole nation, I believe. But an FYI, thankfully we have enough chalk, but I was looking for some family to get them some chalk, and I do know that it's apparently a high premium right now, so they're harder to find, especially on Amazon. It was some expensive prices for chalk, if you could get it at all. So maybe you have some locally. But anyway, bubble machine, that's what I'm really coming back to. Bubble machine is my recommendation and favorite for April. Listening to, that's the last category. Still a fan of Frozen 2 soundtrack. When they first released the movie early, of course we were on that at the beginning of this whole quarantine and everything. But we've kind of gotten in a habit of putting on Frozen 2, the soundtrack, when we're doing our cleaning. Because for like our cleaning or chore power hour, as it were, we put it on throughout the house. My son and I both enjoy listening to it. My husband even likes it. Like, he'll open the door and take off his noise canceling headphones during work so he can listen to Frozen 2 as well. And we just play it while we clean and pick up, and it's kind of been a nice way to transition into that, and it's fun for the whole family. So Frozen 2 soundtrack, that's what I've been listening to for April. That is my favorites for the month. I hope that was a fun little something. Still hoping for more feedback out there. Leave me some comments of the type of content you are wanting to see more of. But that is my favorites for April. Some future videos, I know I'm going to have, I'm going to be doing an unboxing video, Bath and Body unboxing soon. I have some, probably planning a video on ways you can help others during this pandemic. If you're just staying at home and you know, like, how else can you help besides just staying home, which is helping. That in itself is a help. But what are some other things you can do to help those in need? We'll show some ideas for that. But that is my video for today. And I hope everybody is having a good time out there. Stay safe, everyone, especially if your state is one that's going to start opening up. You know, just everybody stay safe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great one. Bye.